Hey, this is Greg McIntyre, the elder law guy and lawyer Greg. So, swipe and share if you're on Periscope today. Go ahead and swipe and share. And follow me at Lawyer Greg on Twitter, okay? So, we're going to talk about should you go to law school? Should I go to law school? That's the real question, okay? Should I, I got a bunch of law books sitting over here. North Carolina Court Reporters. These have cases in them. Different things. This is the old school way you looked up law as opposed to the way that's on computer with LexisNexis or Westlaw or Lois Law or some other product, online database. Anyway, Google, whatever. So, should you go to law school? Man, everybody wants to know that question or the answer to that question. There's a ton of kids that go to law school every year. I mean, it's ridiculous how many kids go to law school every single year. I mean, it is absolutely unreal how many kids go to law school every single year. I don't want this to be a negative show. I'm not a negative guy. You know that. But I'm going to tell you the truth, okay? I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to keep it real. Give you the straight dope. So as to whether you should go to law school or not. So, law's a business, man. I'm a businessman. I'm a businessman. So it is a business. Law school's a business. You got a college who's trying to sell you an education. And you need to understand that. You need to be an informed consumer when you're picking. How much different is Harvard Law School's education than Campbell University, where I went, or Sanford in Alabama, I think it is, or a local state school, or some kind of even more bargain way that you can get your legal education. I mean, you're looking to be certified as an attorney. You're looking for a great experience. You're looking to be prepared to pass the bar. You're looking to be prepared to actually practice law. That's really what your goal is you need to be prepared to serve your community, okay? And you need a law school that can prepare you to serve that community. I'm not here to tell you what law school to go to today. I think that not all law schools were created equal and legal educations were created equal. But, in the end, would you rather come out not owing hundreds of thousands in debt? Perhaps. That would be a good thing if you can also get prepared to be an attorney. So think about that when you're shopping for your school. I'm going to say, should you go to law school? There's so many people out there that want to go or are going to go. I'm going to say no. Don't go, man. I don't want you in the legal profession, compete with me, clogging up jobs. No. I have a passion for the law, and I have a passion to be an attorney. And, I have a passion to help others who want to do the same thing. So if at the end of this you still want to be an attorney, then you should actually go to law school, okay? If not, then it might not be cut out for you in the beginning, okay? To begin with. So to start with, I'm going to say no, don't go until you qualify yourself. I'm going to give you some questions to go through and some things to consider. You need to be prepared to drop a couple $100,000 for living expenses, for education expenses, books, everything. You need to be able to drop a couple $100,000. So if you're not sitting on a couple $100,000, don't go. Maybe mommy and daddy can send you. Maybe that's what you're doing. If you're on Periscope right now, feel free to ask any questions you want. I answer them. So, maybe you want mom and daddy to send you. That'd be fine. If mom and dad can send you, then by all means, go. Okay? But don't go just because it's something you think you might want to do. Go because you have a passion to help people. Go because you have a passion and it's something you really want to do. Maybe something you always want to do. Okay? And don't get me confused with just somebody who says you have to do a job that's your passion, because I don't believe that. I think that a job is a job. If I did what I wanted to do every single day, what would you do? You might be laying on the beach, It is a job, okay? And you need to be prepared for the legal grind, just like laying brick or digging a ditch. It is a job. It is a factory job, okay? It's just a different type of job. So, you know, if you don't have the 200K to drop personally, you're not personally wealthy, mom and dad don't have it, then are you prepared to borrow it? Are you prepared to borrow it and then pay it back? I mean, that's one of the real questions. I was prepared to go. I mean, I wanted to go. Nothing was going to stop me from going. Nothing was going to stop me from being an attorney. And nothing did stop me from being an attorney. So, are you willing to spend every single night, even on the weekends, studying your ass off? That's a good question. If you are, then go to law school. If you're prepared to do that, go to law school. I got a thumbs up. Yeah. So you need to study your tail off if you're in law school every single night, because you got to compete with a lot of other type A's that are competing against you for a grade. And that's how it's set up. It's set up from the beginning to be a feeding frenzy with everybody against each other, everything graded on a curve to make a specific grade for the class that might hinge on one entire exam at the end of the semester. Okay? That's how most law classes, especially your core classes, are going to be. In my experience, that's how it was for me. Okay? And there was a culling process where, look it up, culling, where we weeded out some of the people who weren't going to make it, or the law school did. Are you ready to go into a job market flooded with attorneys? In 2013, I think it was like 56% of attorneys coming out of school, new lawyers, got jobs. The rest didn't. Almost half didn't. It improved in 2014 to about 59%, but still, 41%, almost half didn't get jobs. So if you want to drop 200 grand, study every night, and then come out and not have a job, go to law school. If that doesn't sound appealing to you, save your freaking money and your time and go do something else. So let's say you graduate from law school. Let's say you get through it. You get there, and you actually are one of the lucky, almost a little over a half that actually get a job. What do you do then? Well, you get a ticket, man. You get a ticket to swim with the sharks. You get a ticket to actually compete with the other attorneys. Some of them who've been practicing law for a heck of a long time, and that perhaps you're either going to work for or you're going to compete against right out of school. So you get a chance to get beaten up and eaten alive. What kind of job is that, right? Who wants to do that? Consider, do you have a wife? Do you have a husband? I don't know. Do you support your family? You supporting your wife and kids? I was when I went. I went to the military. I had the GI Bill. I owned a townhome. GI Bill paid the rent. Bought some groceries. Didn't pay anything for education because that's not what we used it for. We used it to live. I worked 2, sometimes 3 jobs while I was in law school, working for another attorney, waiting tables, doing other things. Are you prepared to work like that? I mean, do you have kids, that you need to support? You need to think about all those things before you go to freaking law school. Or else you're going to come out. I know people who went through divorces in law school. I know a bunch of people who went through divorces in law school. I mean, who wants to go through a divorce while you're in law school? It's a stressful time in the first place. Luckily, I did not go through a divorce in law school. Still committed? Still committed to the pretty picture I'm painting of law school? If you are, then you need to go. Oh, yeah. And I also do you want to go to business school? I got my business degree while I was in law school as well. The last 2 years, I also did my MBA. So, let me tell you the upside. I absolutely enjoyed law school. I'm probably one of the few people that actually enjoyed law school. I had been out in the workforce for a while anyway. It had always been a dream of mine to be an attorney, to go to law school. I watched movies about it. I read about it. I obsessed about it. So I went, man, and I enjoyed every second of it. The good times, the bad times, the studying, learning, competing against people that, that I thought were maybe even better than me, okay, at the time. That maybe went to a better school than I did for undergrad, or, that was my perception anyway. That's probably not the right perception. So, I mean, I absolutely was thrilled just to go through the experience and loved it. So, I remember being in the basement. I had a cubby in the basement of the law library that was mine, that I went to and studied all the time. I mean, you could find me there anytime, pretty much day or night, study. I'm at work right now. I've been a lawyer almost 10 years now. And I'm at work right now, probably around 10 o'clock, maybe after. And I still love it. I'm tired. I got files to work on. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to work on my files. I'm going to get it done, man. But don't go into it thinking it's going to be roses, because it's not. I mean, you need to be prepared for some freaky comp, man, some competition, and to get beat up a little bit. You can beat up some people too, man, intellectually, argue with them, That's part of it. Don't think it's all about arguing, because it's not. It's not like Oprah arguing or Ricky Lake arguing or something like that. It's academic arguing. But, hey, if I hadn't turned you off from law school at this point, then maybe you should go. Maybe you're passionate enough to go. If you're like me, I enjoyed the struggle. I enjoyed suffering through it and doing it. And then once you get to be an attorney, you get to either work for somebody else, like a slave, or start your own practice. See what you're made of. Or do a combination of the two. Work for someone else for a while, and then start your own practice, which is what I did. Next time on The Lawyer Life, we're going to talk about what it's like to be a new attorney and to practice. What it's like to work for another attorney. What it's like to gain in knowledge and experience. And what it's like to build a legal practice. To build a practice. I'm going to tell you how to build a practice, because law is a business. Do not think it's not, okay? It's a passion. It's a calling. In the end, it's a business, and it runs just like any other business. So anyway, tune in to The Lawyer Life. Put one of these out about every week, and enjoy doing it, and hope you enjoyed watching. Have a great day. Follow me on Twitter, @LawyerGreg. Peace.